So let's go back to AdSense for All and resources. The theme that we would be using today, you could choose any theme, but if you want to follow along, the theme that we would be using today is called Squaretype. I love Squaretype because of its minimalistic approach. You know, that's the goal for us today, yeah? So let's preview the theme and let's see how it looks. Squaretype is also $59, quite pricey, but you're getting it all for free. So I want you to just let's just quickly take a look at it and let's know what we are getting. So let's look at some of the demos. So they're having 9 amazing demos that we can pick from. So you can choose any of the demos, but I would like to go for the aesthetic and minimal look. Let's just click on it and see how it looks. So this is how it looks. It's the same thing as what we have over here. The difference is there are no images here. I don't want to use images because images comes with its own constraint. It can lag your website if you are dealing with large images. Sometimes it can even, slow your website down. And if you don't properly attribute an image that you posted on your website, it might be an issue for you when inspectors are inspecting, because by every image that you post on your blog or your website, you must attribute it, even though you wouldn't do it steadily, at least for now that you are applying for the whole Google AdSense program. It's important for you to follow these rules, because boy, there are so many petty things that could get you disallowed or that would prevent you from getting approved. So we would be taking this minimalistic approach, but then with no images at all, right? The goal is content. In the previous lesson, I made us to understand that it's not beauty, it's not looks, it's about the value of your content. So focus so much on all of this. Focus so much on a good heading. Focus so much on a captivating content, yeah, rather than the looks and feel. You can do all of this later, but for now, let's just get approved first, yeah. So let's go back to resources and then just download the Squaretype theme. And then it's downloading. So once it's done downloading, we are going to go back to our themes. So under themes now, I want you to just click on add new. So these are some of the free themes that I spoke to you about. This is WordPress repository. There are thousands and thousands of free themes that you could use. But then in our case now, we are using a premium theme. So a premium theme will not be inside of WordPress repo, right? So what we're going to do is just to click on the upload theme button over here. And I want you to just drag this theme that we've downloaded onto this place. You can select it, you can choose file, but for me, I would be dragging. So I just chose the option of the dragging because it's much more efficient. So we're going to do that one more time. Drag it here and then click install. So it sometimes take a while depending on the size of the theme, but just give it a while. It should upload in a moment. And yeah, just unpack the package, it has installed the theme, and it's successful. So next thing I want us to do is to click on activate. So once you activate it, let's reload our website and see how it looks. So let's reload this and see. You see that there's a change again in the aesthetic of the website. Yeah, that's because the theme has changed. So don't forget, the looks and feel of your website, it's dependent on the theme that you are currently using, or is dependent on the theme that is active. So let's go back to where we have our themes here. And just to free up space on our website, I want us to delete this. We don't need all these themes. So let's delete this. Let's delete the 2021 theme. All right, so we'll be left with 2022 and then Squaretype. Yeah. All right, so now what I want us to do next is, you see where we have this theme recommends the following plugins. Yeah, so plugins are like applications, right? So you remember themes, right? Themes are like the overall looks and feel of your website, while plugins are like apps. So for instance, when you get a new phone, for instance, you realize that it's boring. It's just sitting there like a dumb phone. Meanwhile, you're holding a smartphone. But then once you begin to have applications that can chat, applications that can play music, then you begin to enjoy your phone. You begin to, use it more often. That's just an example of what plugins are. So plugins are like apps for your website. Yeah, so we have a plugin here. This is called Absolute Review, Advanced Pop-up, blah 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 blah, straining down up to Live AX and Site. So it's saying that this theme that we have installed, this pro theme that we've installed, it requires these plugins for it to function properly. So I want us to install this plugin. So click on begin by installing plugins. So you can install this one by one. Click on install, click on install. If you click on install, it installs it one by one. But we don't want to waste so much time. There's the option of bulk installation. So I'm just going to select all of them and then click on bulk action and then click install and then hit apply. And yeah, I think all our installations have been installed successfully. So let's click on return to dashboard. All right, so that error no longer shows again. Yeah, if you have this is also fine, and if you also do not see it, it's also fine. So I want us to just take this off. Let's dismiss this. And there's one more thing we need to sort out before we start. It's saying here that our PHP update is recommended. So for us to get that fixed, I want you to go back to your cPanel. Let's just reload this to see if we are still logged in. And we are still logged in. I want you to just search for PHP. And under select PHP, click on select PHP version. Let's just close this. So it's saying here that under current PHP version, it should be changed. Yeah. So PHP version is just like the overall PHP settings of your website. So there are different versions of PHP, different updates to them, different perks and advantages. So our WordPress installation requires us to use at least a PHP version that is over 7.234, and it can be updated by just clicking on this place, click on the current, and then let's say we just want to change it to 8.1. So 8.1 is the latest PHP version right now. So I want you to click on set as current. All right, so it's successful. So I want you to go back to your dashboard again and then reload. So you'll be asked to relog in again. So just put in your username and then your password and then just click login. And then boom, the error no longer shows again. So if you followed me through, if this is not conflicting or confusing to you, you become a pro, just like that. So we've installed our theme. There's one more thing I want us to install. I want us to download another resource. It's called Google Analytics. It's very important for us to have it. So just download it. We're going to come back to this later. I don't want us to forget, because analytics will help us to understand the operations of our website, who is visiting our website, what pages are they interested in, what content interests them the most. That's the whole point of analytics. And whilst it's downloading, next thing I want us to do is to click on post. So right click and open post in a new tab. And we have one default post here, so we don't want that. So I want us to delete it or trash it. So if the first option is to trash, So after trashing, it brings the post to a particular page called trash. So if you want to see, it's more like a recycle bin. So just go ahead and click on trash. And if you want to permanently delete it, you can just delete permanently, and then the post no longer exists. So for instance, if you are writing a content that you feel like maybe you're making a mistake, you want to just delete it, that's the best way to do it. The next thing I want us to look at is pages. So in the pages, we have these pages here. So I want us to box select all of them and then just delete them because we don't need them. We're going to be doing everything fresh and new. So we're going to delete all of them. So go back to trash and then let's permanently delete them. You can also restore if you want to restore, but for now we are deleting. All right, so after all of that is done successfully, I want us to go back to dashboard. And in our next lesson, we're going to be looking at customization of our website, making it look the way we would like it to look, making it look more like the sample that we have over here. So stay put, give yourself a tap on the back. You're really doing so well, and I'll see you in the next lesson.